3. Faze Banks and Alyssa Violet broke up over the summer after 2 years of dating, and although there were some rumors surrounding what happened, there was no real word from either of them on why they finally split for good. When they first went public with their breakup, a lot of people were criticizing Alyssa for tweeting things like "single Violet thrives," while Banks was writing more emotional messages, tweeting, "This shit's about as hard to deal with as it gets," which prompted a pretty vague explanation on her part. She wrote, "Everyone handles breakups differently. You guys don't know what happened behind closed doors, and I'm doing the best I can to handle everything. I'm still very hurt and upset how this happened. I will always love and care for Ricky." Which definitely alludes to some foul play, but that's really all we got surrounding reasons behind their split. That is, until late Sunday night, when Alyssa decided to go all out in spilling what really went down. Someone tweeted, "How did you find out you were being cheated on?" And Alyssa retweeted it, writing, "I was asleep upstairs with our dogs, and he wasn't next to me. So I checked our guest house and caught him naked in bed with a random girl." And then she went on to correct that, saying she meant the guest wing of their house. He didn't tag Alyssa, but less than 30 minutes later, Banks tweeted, "I love you," which a lot of people took as his reply to her tweets. And it looks like she did too, because a little while later, she ended up replying directly to Banks, just in case people didn't know who she was referring to before. First, she replied with a screenshot of their text conversation, where Banks' contact name is Scumbag, and it starts with Alyssa writing, "Goodbye." Banks says, "Dude, why? I love you. What the hell, Liz? This ain't cool." She replied, "I love you. Did you love me when you were hooking up with a random whore in our home? Did you love me when you Snapchatted that girl in Vegas to come F you when I was at dinner with you?" Banks replied, writing, "Dude, WTF is this? I always kept my promises." And Alyssa said, "Did you love me when I was in Orlando for my cousin's wedding and you hooked up with a girl in our bed?" Alyssa uploaded a vlog on May 25th when she attended her cousin's wedding in Orlando, and less than a month later, fans noticed that Alyssa unfollowed Banks on social media. This just so happened to go down after he admitted to hooking up with Tana Mojo when he was on the No Jumper podcast. So at the time, fans assumed that that caused them to break up, which they cleared up on June 26th, with Alyssa saying it was just terrible timing for a fight. This is just speculation, but that quote-unquote fight could have been caused by Alyssa finding out about the incident from when she was in Orlando, with their actual breakup happening only a week later when she discovered Banks in bed with another girl. But with all this new information, it seems like he was a habitual cheater, so there are multiple breakups over the course of their relationship, where they would block and unfollow one another for a little while, could have been caused by any number of things. Banks ended up replying to Alyssa on Twitter, saying, "I couldn't take care of them. I want them to have a good life. Why are we doing this online?" Once again, not addressing anything about him cheating, but only referring to why he couldn't take care of their dogs. Throughout the text screenshot and in this tweet, he didn't even try to deny any infidelity, so it's pretty simple to assume that Alyssa is telling the truth here. And she just kept going, not paying any mind to what Banks was saying, tweeting, "Did you love me when you texted that girl that you were on your way to her hotel room at 6 a.m. to get weird while I was sleeping next to you? Did you love me when you said you were at Highlight Room, but I had your location and you were at a random apartment complex for 2 hours? Did you love me when you broke 8 of my phones?" And she actually has tweeted before about always having to replace her phones. On May 31st, she wrote, "I'm so sick of having to get a new phone every month. I literally take the cutest pictures and end up losing them forever." And you can read that last sentence for yourself because it's not really relevant here, but this isn't the first time she's brought up constantly having to replace her phone. She went on tweeting more, adding, "Did you love me when you smashed in the back of Chantel's window of her car that she gave me? Did you love me when you effed all the girls I was worried about while we were dating after the breakup?" She also tweeted a fan before quickly deleting it, saying, "Would you like the video of me walking in on him and her?" in regards to the cheating she mentioned back in her first tweet, but it seems like she's just not trying to go there anymore. And that's where things ended for now. This is all pretty crazy. I don't